Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage entrepreneur and founder of Bukhash Brothers Company, Anas Bukhash.
Where we're from. Man's right flower. It's in every living thing. Mind use your power. Spirit use your wings.
السلام عليكم صباح الخير. اوكي كيف الاجواء والطاقه؟ اتمنى اوكي. شوفوا I'm going to go back to English now. I just had to start with my default. You're ready to cry from now? It's too early to cry. First of all, I think there's something really important to mention, and I read about it yesterday, is that Saudi Arabia has sent 2 astronauts. One is the first Arab female to go to space. So we have Rayana, we have Ali, who are joining the Emirati astronaut Sultan. So we have 3 Arab astronauts at the same time. That's pretty cool, I think so. I had to say that. I thought it was nice to read. So today I'm going to go through this. I'll try not to take too much of your time, but it's a journey that I want to take with you. So I need you to use your imagination with me. So we're going to talk about authenticity, finding fulfillment in work and life. Okay. So the first question, and I need you to raise your hand if you believe you're happy. Who's happy? Oh, wow, okay. I think a lot of you are lying, but okay, sure. So the big question is, what is happiness? You know, there's so many definitions of happiness. What is happiness? Is it a journey? Is it a destination? Is it a sudden emotion or is it a permanent emotion? Is it actually the right thing to look for? It's a confusing word, and that's why it sells a lot of books. Now I'll ask, who is fulfilled? Who here believes they're actually fulfilled in their life? Okay, we got a discount on the hands. Okay. So we all talk about work-life balance. But what is work-life balance? Really, what is a work-life balance? Is it my balance is different than your balance, is different than your balance, is different than anybody's balance? Is it suitable to me? Is it sometimes my work is taking so much more and my personal life is taking less, and sometimes the opposite? I think also any mother in the audience here would recognize that, yes, it's a very difficult thing. You want to be a great mother, a great wife, a great sister, a great daughter, a great employee, a great CEO. It's tricky. Not that easy because you have the guilt and you have the responsibility and all of that. So what is, a good work-life balance? I'm going to speak a bit about my journey of, let's say, authenticity that hopefully will give you maybe your own reflections of it. So my authentic personal journey starts with a very important thing that a lot of us go through, which is college. However, my college experience was not an authentic one. I was not authentic because I studied something I didn't like. I studied mechanical engineering because it was my ticket to leave, to go to Boston. So any excuse that will put me on a plane to study abroad, I took. So I took something, and how many of us also settle for things that we personally probably don't really like, but we're like, yallah, it's my way out. So I studied something that was not authentic to me. The second step, or the second big thing, was corporate. In corporate, again, I wasn't very authentic because I worked in oil and gas, property development, philanthropy, football. So the good part is I was on this journey of always trying to find my authentic self. What is Anas really feeling? Am I feeling this is it? This clicks for me. I really am good at this. I'm enjoying this. It fulfills me. Or I'm just exploring. And there's nothing wrong to explore because it teaches us also what we don't like, not only what we like. So that was my corporate. And then comes the last part, which is the startups that I started while I was in corporate. And in this, I started to go through the first one that I started and I sold, which was a football one, because I always loved football. So that was my first startup. Then it was Bukhash Brothers, a hair salon. Please don't ask me why I started the hair salon. And then AB Talks, which is quite a good show. And then Not So Guilty, which is a cafe that I did with my brother. Now, a lot of you are like, Anas, you're an engineer. why are you doing all of these things? It's because I always felt if I am passionate about something and I work hard at it, I'm disciplined, I have a good attitude and a good work ethic, I think it equals being successful. So that's what I started to do, all of these things. Anyways, today I just spoke a lot about work. And maybe some of you are like, Anas, that's not life. Although we spend so much time with colleagues, probably more than our families and our friends. So you better choose a good job and be in a good environment that is not toxic, that you enjoy waking up to. So really focus on what are you doing for a living that doesn't really feel as a job. You need to wake up happy. I think we deserve to be happy when we wake up. However, the second part, which is also very important, it's who are the people in your life? Who matters? Are the people that you're surrounding yourself with people you like, or you leave feeling drained, or you feel elated? Are the people that are you meeting emotionally bullying you, or they're encouraging you? Who are those people around you? Are they motivating you to do what you love, or are they telling you it's very silly? I think it's so important which circles you are in. Your children, your family, your best friends, your partner, who are those people? And what are they adding to you? The only part that I really need to work on is the me time, which is really my weakness today, and I really want to improve. So I started to walk alone sometimes, or sit alone, because sometimes it's challenging to just be alone, but it's really rewarding the moment you start to say, maybe I need to spend time, I need to be my own friend also. And think and just be alone and disconnected and at peace with myself. So that's something that I will admit I want to work on. Now forget me. I talked enough about me. Now it's about you. So honestly, after I just gave you some idea of what I believe is fulfillment and a balance, how fulfilled are you? So I'm asking the question again. So the people who raised their hands, is it going up again? Are you actually doing it? I'm happy. I'm happy if you are. And I'll help you more. I'll help everybody more now with this. So if I'm going to ask you, all of you, without answering me, in your brains, out of 10, how fulfilled are you? Think about it for a moment. Like, really, how fulfilled are you? You don't need to tell me, it's okay. But have that number in your mind. What's that number? Okay? Now we have to think, how can I make that number a 0.5 more? Or maybe a 1 more? How can I make it, 0.5 more, 1 more? Okay? Now I'm also going to help you a bit more. So I want you to imagine something with me. Let's see. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, that was an airplane, if anybody didn't guess the sound. Okay, so now I want you to be in the moment with me and really try to picture this. This is the question sometimes I use in the interviews, but I'm going to use it here. So, imagine you're on a flight and you start to feel there's a turbulence. We've all been on flights that we felt turbulent. And you see it and you're like, yeah, it's fine. Everybody's fine, everybody's still okay. And you see a bit of shaking and as usual you think it's gonna pass. But it's not passing. And you start to see that the people are getting uneasy. But you're still chill. But people around you are a bit, you could see it in their face, they're not that comfortable anymore. And then you see that the air hostess now, she's a bit nervous. Why is she nervous? She shouldn't be nervous. So now you're starting to feel uneasy. And then you hear the beep of the pilot, and the pilot tells you, ladies and gentlemen, we really have a big engine failure, and I'll have to land this plane on water. And the mask drops. And you're like, okay, this is not something I had expected would ever happen to me. Now, if all of you can really imagine this very scary scenario, you can imagine a lot of things are going to rush in your mind. And then suddenly you might think, would you think about your designer bag? Would you think about your beautiful car? Would you think about your promotion or how much money you have in the bank? I doubt it. You'd probably think, I need to call my mother, I need to call my father, I need to check on my children, I need to tell them I love them. Like, these are the things that will probably rush in your mind. Now, what I wanted to do with this is not just to scare you, and inshallah all of your flights will be very safe. What I wanted to do is I wanted to play with your brains, because the things that you all just started to think about, these are things that are important to you. These are things that you should do more and invest more in. So I'm reverse engineering it for you. Everything that each of you started to think about now, you need to do a bit more. You need to invest a bit more, because that's what actually matters if you are going to die. If it's your last moments and that's what you actually think about, those are the people and the things you should be investing in. So now that you know that, it's important to know what to maintain. Calling your family after this, seeing your kids after this, telling somebody I love you after this is one step. But how can you maintain it? How can you make it a ritual? Having lunch once a week with the people that matter, calling somebody, sending a beautiful message, traveling. Those are the things that will allow you to maintain it. And also you have gratitude rituals. You have prayers, you have being alone, you have a gratitude journal, something you can actually do every day and write a few things that actually made you feel good today, rather than focus on the negative. So that also helps you with being fulfilled. I'm going to leave you with a few points. One is, what are the 3 things you are grateful for today? And don't give me cheesy answers. You don't need to answer me. But is it your hands? Is it your oxygen? Is it your family? Is it your job? Is it the country you're in? What are you grateful for? Like, really? Because we're damn lucky and we're damn fortunate that we are also all in one room and we're talking and it's air conditioned and there's electricity and we're talking together and we have people that love us. There's hardly much we should be complaining about. So I think if you can think about 3 things that you're grateful, even after my talk, you probably will feel at least 5% better, 5% more thankful. And I was talking to my friend, a new friend, in ChatGPT, and we had a discussion, and we were going back and forth about authenticity and fulfillment, and I'm like, give me this and give me that, and he keeps remixing and rephrasing, and then I came up with this through my friend ChatGPT, and it's a good question to ask yourself, and I thought it was nicely written. In the garden of existence, do I bloom authentically? In the garden of existence, do I bloom authentically? And I think that's a very important question to ask yourself. In this garden of this world that we're in, are you a flower that's blooming or you're wilting? What are you? And I want you all to be blooming. That's the goal. So, and this is something that I gave Forbes. They asked me to say something about authenticity, and I thought authenticity is the ultimate form of expression, and that is what makes us happy, and we feel good because we are expressing ourselves in this life. Thank you.